One screen showed the Varaxian fleet. Another showed strange patterns forming in Earth's oceans, symbols glowing in coral reefs, shapes in desert sands. Earth was speaking. Not with sound, not with words, but with memory. Back in space, panic spread. In the bone spear, one of the Varaxian soldiers tried to shoot himself, just to make the vision stop. He had seen his own death, not in the future, but in the past, burned in a human city called Hiroshima. He cried like a child, begging for forgiveness. Another soldier tried to open an escape pod. "I must leave," he said. "I saw my daughter, but I don't have a daughter." One by one, the Varaxians began to break down. Zorthel watched with horror. "These are my best warriors," he whispered. "What is happening?" Then the screen changed. The main view showed Earth, and for the first time, Zorthel saw something strange. The clouds moved in a perfect circle. Then they blinked, like an eye. Zorthel stepped back. "No." The A's voice trembled. "This planet is not what we thought. It may not be a planet at all." Zorthel turned to his second-in-command. "How do we fight something we can't see?" The officer had no answer. Back on Earth, Lyra sat quietly. She watched the data stream. Varaxian ships were drifting. Some had shut down. A few had turned around. "They're scared," she said. Halvorsen nodded. "They should be. But why doesn't the vault just destroy them?" Halvorsen looked at her with sad eyes. "Because Earth isn't trying to kill them. It's trying to teach them." "Teach them what?" "What it means to feel like a human." On the Vengeance, Zorthel received one final message. It wasn't a voice. It wasn't a threat. It was an image. A human child sitting alone under a tree, crying. Under the picture, one word appeared. "Remember." Zorthel didn't understand it, but deep in his chest, something moved. A pain, a memory. His first battle. His first lost friend. The first time he felt regret. And that feeling grew stronger, until it hurt. "Commander," his officer said, "we can't hold them together. They're falling apart. The fleet is collapsing." Zorthel looked at Earth. Still silent, still blue, still watching. He clenched his fists. "This is no planet," he said. "This is a mind." Then he made a decision. "All ships, retreat." "But sir." "Now." Down in the vault, Lyra smiled. "They're running." Halvorsen nodded. "For now." "But they'll be back," she said. "Yes, and next time, Earth will show them even more." The vault's lights dimmed. The silver cube floated silently. Outside, Earth kept spinning. Peaceful, patient, watching. Deep beneath the frozen ice of Antarctica, far below the surface where no sunlight could reach, the vault waited. It was not just a room, but a fortress, a hidden place filled with secrets older than any living human. Captain Lyra Vaughn stood in the control room, staring at the walls lined with blinking lights and strange symbols. The vault was alive with ancient technology. It had been built to protect Earth from dangers the world forgot. The silver cube floated at the center of the room. It pulsed softly, like a beating heart. "Activate the defense grid," Lyra said calmly. Around her, scientists and soldiers moved quickly, preparing for the next attack. Everyone knew the Varaxians would not give up easily. They would return with more ships, more weapons. But the vault was ready. Suddenly, the room shook. "Earthquake," shouted one of the technicians. The cold air vibrated with tension. On the bridge of the Varaxian flagship Vengeance, Supreme Commander Zorthel stared at the glowing planet below. His face was hard, filled with anger and frustration. "Our enemies use feelings as weapons," he growled. "But we will end this war with power." His officers watched silently. Zorthel pressed a hidden button. Below the ship, a massive weapon awakened. It was a black sphere, almost as big as a moon. Its surface pulsed with dark energy. "The obsidian core," Zorthel said quietly. "It can erase entire planets." Back on Earth, Captain Lyra Vaughn and her team watched the sky. The peaceful energy from the vault's heart of Earth was fading. "Something is coming," Lyra said. Suddenly, a shadow blocked the stars. A huge Varaxian ship, carrying the obsidian core, entered Earth's orbit. Jace stood beside Lyra. "We can't let it fire," he said. "It will destroy everything." Lyra nodded. "We have one chance." She turned to the Guardian. "Can the vault stop this?" The Guardian's eyes glowed brighter. "The vault protects life, but this weapon feeds on destruction." He paused. "We must fight fire with fire." Deep in the vault, the silver cube hummed. It connected with the crystal, the heart of Earth. Energy flowed through every machine and robot. The vault's ancient technology came alive. On the surface, the giant robots prepared to defend. They marched toward the Varaxian ship, but the obsidian core fired first. A beam of black energy blasted down. The ice cracked. Mountains shattered. The ground trembled. Lyra shouted, "Hold the line. Don't let it reach the vault." Jace fired his plasma rifle at the ship. The beam slowed but did not stop. The robots raised their hands. A shield of bright light surrounded the vault. The beam hit the shield and exploded in a flash. Zorthel clenched his fists in rage. "How is this possible?" The Guardian's voice came over the radio. "Because Earth is not just a planet, it is a living force." Lyra smiled. "We fight with heart and soul." The Varaxians retreated, their ship damaged. But Zorthel's voice echoed, cold and clear. "This war is far from over." On Earth, the vault's light shone bright. The Guardian looked at Lyra. "Earth's secret is safe. For now." Lyra nodded. "But we must be ready." Jace looked up at the stars. "We will protect Earth," he said. "No matter what." The vault was quiet now, but the air inside was heavy with secrets. Captain Lyra Vaughn and the Guardian stood before the silver cube. "It's time to know the truth," Lyra said. The Guardian nodded. "Long ago, Earth was not always hidden. It was watched by many." He touched the cube. Images appeared, ancient Earth, filled with strange machines and lost cities. Earth was once part of a great galactic empire, the Guardian explained. But the empire fell. Earth's people chose to hide, to protect their home from outsiders. Lyra frowned. "Why didn't anyone know?" "Because the Galactic Council erased Earth's history," the Guardian said. "They feared Earth's power." Lyra's eyes widened. "So the reason no invasion ever succeeded is because Earth was never truly alone." Outside, Jace listened to the radio. "Wait," he said. "There's more." The Guardian's voice continued. "Ancient humans created machines with the power to stop wars. They used emotions, love, hope, fear, as weapons. They knew that the greatest strength is not steel, but heart." Lyra stepped forward. "What does that mean for us now?" The Guardian's eyes glowed. "It means Earth's secret is both a weapon and a shield. But it also means we must protect our humanity." Suddenly, the lights flickered. An alarm blared. "Warning! Unknown ship entering the system," a technician shouted. Lyra's heart pounded. Another attack. The Guardian's face was serious. Not just an attack, a test. The new ship appeared on the screens. It was smaller, but fast. A single message came through. "We know Earth's secret. We want to talk." Lyra looked at the Guardian. "Can we trust them?" He shook his head slowly. "Trust must be earned." Jace clenched his fists. This war is just beginning. But this was no ordinary earthquake. The ground beneath them shifted, revealing the hidden chamber. Lyra's eyes widened. The vault is opening. From the shadows emerged a figure, tall, thin, with eyes that glowed faintly blue. He was not a soldier. He was something else. "Who are you?" Lyra demanded. The figure smiled softly. "I am the guardian of the vault. I have waited a long time for this moment." Lyra stepped back. "You're human." "No," he said. "I am the last memory of a forgotten war, a machine made of flesh and code." The Guardian turned to the silver cube. "Earth's defense is not just in technology," he said. "It is in memory, in pain, in hope." He reached out his hand, touching the cube. Images filled the room. Cities burning, families lost, battles fought on distant planets, but also love, music, laughter. The vault showed the story of humanity, their strength and their weakness. Outside, the Varaxian fleet was recovering. The ships repaired themselves quickly. They prepared to strike again. Supreme Commander Zorthel stood on the bridge of the Vengeance. "We must understand Earth," he said, "not with weapons, but with knowledge." His advisors frowned. "Knowledge won't save us from their power," one said. Zorthel shook his head. "No, but it will show us why no one has conquered Earth." Back in the vault, Lyra watched the Guardian closely. "What will happen if the Varaxians learn our secrets?" she asked. The Guardian looked sad. "Then they will see the true cost of war, the pain that shapes every human heart." He paused. "But Earth is more than pain. It is also hope. And that hope can change even the hardest soul." Lyra nodded slowly. "We have to believe that." In space, the Varaxians sent a small team to investigate Earth's surface. They landed near the Arctic Circle. The team found ruins, old buildings covered in ice, strange symbols carved in stone. One soldier touched the carvings. Suddenly, memories flooded his mind. He saw ancient humans fighting side by side with machines. He saw a war that lasted for centuries. He saw humans sacrificing everything to protect their world. The soldier fell to his knees. "They were not weak," he whispered. "They were warriors." The Varaxian commander radioed Zorthel. "Earth is not primitive. It is ancient and powerful." Zorthel's voice came back cold. "Then we must prepare for the final battle." Back in the vault, the Guardian prepared to share one last secret. He opened a hidden panel on the silver cube. Inside was a small crystal, glowing with an inner light. "This is the heart of Earth," he said. "It holds the power to protect the planet forever." Lyra reached out to touch it. The crystal's light spread through her body. She saw visions of the future, a future where humans and aliens might live together in peace. But first, they must survive. Suddenly, alarms blared. The vault was under attack. Outside, Varaxian ships were landing. The final battle for Earth was about to begin. To be continued. Next, Part 4, The First Strike. Would you like me to continue with Part 4? You said, 4. ChatGPT said, "Here is Part 4 of your story, continuing with simple, basic English and third-person style, full of suspense and emotion for your HFY Sci-Fi YouTube channel." Part 4, The First Strike. From the story, Earth's Deadly Secret, Why No Alien Invasion Ever Succeeds. The sky above Earth burned red. Massive Varaxian ships tore through the atmosphere, their weapons glowing bright. They did not come to talk. They came to fight. On the surface, near the vault in Antarctica, Captain Lyra Vaughn stood ready. "We can't let them get inside," she said. "If they control the vault, Earth's secret is lost." Around her, soldiers armed with plasma rifles and energy shields took their positions. Outside, snow blew hard. The cold wind cut like knives, but no one moved. This was the calm before the storm. Suddenly, the ground shook violently. The first Varaxian troops dropped from drop pods, smashing into the ice. They moved fast, their forearms swinging weapons. But Earth's defenders were waiting. Bullets and energy beams flew through the air. A soldier cried out, "They're too strong." Lyra shouted, Hold the line. Don't let them break through. In the vault, the silver cube glowed fiercely. The Guardian stood beside it, chanting words no one understood. His eyes flashed blue light. The cube sent out waves of energy, creating shields around the vault. Outside, the snow turned into bright sparks, blocking Varaxian attacks. On the battlefield, chaos ruled. A young soldier named Jace saw his best friend fall. Tears mixed with the freezing snow. "Why won't they stop?" Jace screamed. Nearby, a Varaxian commander laughed. "They are weak. Soon, this world will be ours." But Jace did not give up. He fired one last shot at the commander's head. The bullet hit. The commander fell. Suddenly, the sky went dark. The huge Varaxian ships stopped firing. An eerie silence fell. Everyone looked up. A strange light spread across the sky. It was Earth's response. The Guardian's voice echoed through the vault. "The planet is alive." The silver cube pulsed faster. Deep under the ice, machines long silent woke up. Giant metal structures rose from the ground, covered in ancient symbols. They were Earth's forgotten weapons, old machines made to protect the planet. The Varaxians gasped. They had not expected this. Their ships shook as strange energy hit them. One by one, their weapons shut down. Their technology failed. Lyra smiled. Earth fights back. But the battle was not over. Zorthel's voice came through the radio. "This is only the beginning." As the Varaxians regrouped, Jace looked at the burning sky. He thought of his fallen friend. He thought of his family. He thought of Earth. And he swore to protect it, no matter the cost. The battle outside the vault was fierce. Snow mixed with sparks and smoke. The air smelled of burning metal and frozen ice. Captain Lyra Vaughn stood calm amid chaos. Her eyes were sharp. She knew the fight wasn't just about guns or shields. It was about something deeper, something hidden. "Activate the heart of Earth," she ordered. The silver cube inside the vault began to glow stronger. Its light filled every corner of the room. The Guardian watched quietly. "This weapon is unlike anything they expect," he said. "It does not kill. It changes." Outside, Jace fought hard. His arms shook from exhaustion. The Varaxians pushed harder, but something strange was happening. Suddenly, many of the enemy soldiers stopped. Their weapons dropped. Their eyes glazed over. Jace saw a Varaxian kneel in front of him. I don't want to fight anymore," the alien whispered. Jace was confused but didn't hesitate. "Come with me," he said. Inside the vault, the heart of Earth sent waves of emotion, pain, hope, love, directly into the minds of the invaders. It showed them memories not their own. A child's laughter, a mother's tears, a soldier's bravery. The Varaxians felt what it meant to be human. They felt something new. Zorthel watched the change with anger. "This is mind control," he yelled. "Break their will." But it was too late. Some of his soldiers were turning. They lowered their weapons. They whispered words like peace and forgive. Lyra looked at the screens. "They are breaking," she said quietly. Halvorsen nodded. "This is the true power of Earth, not weapons, but our humanity." The Guardian stepped forward. "The heart of Earth does not destroy," he said. "It awakens." Suddenly, the vault walls glowed with ancient light. Hidden panels opened. Inside were old machines, giant robots built by humans long ago. They were Earth's protectors, waiting for this moment. On the battlefield, the robots rose. Metal giants with glowing eyes moved forward. They did not shoot or kill. Instead, they reached out with their hands, sending waves of calm. The Varaxians stopped fighting. Some even dropped to their knees, overwhelmed by emotion. Zorthel clenched his fists. How can feelings defeat steel? He turned to his officers. "Prepare the last weapon. The world must fall." Jace watched as the robots moved through the frozen land. He felt hope. Maybe Earth would win. Maybe the invaders would learn what it truly meant to be alive. On the other side of the galaxy, Supreme Commander Zorthel watched the last seconds of the scout ship's recording. He was confused, angry, and afraid. This is not possible, he said. They had no weapons, his advisor said. No ships in orbit. No satellites. Nothing. Zorthel growled. Then explain what happened. No one could. Zorthel stared at the final image, Earth, silent and blue, with a shadow across its surface. A shadow shaped like a giant human. He turned to his officers. Send the fleet. Sir, you heard me. The full armada. 20 ships. Prepare for invasion. But what if the stories are true? Zorthel narrowed his eyes. Then we will find out. Down on Earth, in the vault under Antarctica, the lights turned red. A robotic voice echoed through the lab. New invaders detected. Midnet recharging. Ancient protocols online. Captain Lyra looked at the screen. The Varaxian fleet was coming. She took a deep breath. Let them come, she said. Earth is ready. The Varaxian armada moved slowly toward Earth. 20 giant warships, shaped like black claws, spread across the edge of the solar system. Their engines burned with red fire. Their hulls were covered in scars from battles on other worlds. But they had never faced Earth before. In the command ship Vengeance of Zorthel, the Supreme Commander stood tall. He had 4 arms crossed behind his back. His silver armor glowed in the darkroom. Report, he said. A small Varaxian technician looked nervous. No defenses in orbit. No energy shields. Only a few satellites. Primitive. Zorthel grinned. Then why did a full scout ship vanish without warning? The room went silent. Another officer spoke up. We scanned the planet again. No weapons detected. But the cloud patterns are strange. Zorthel turned sharply. Clouds? You waste time talking about weather. No, sir. These clouds form shapes. Complex patterns. They look like symbols. Far below, in the cold white land of Antarctica, Captain Lyra Vaughn sat inside the Dawnfire command vault. Her fingers moved across the control panel. We're tracking them, she said. All 20 ships. They'll reach Earth's orbit in 1 hour. Beside her, the older man, Director Halvorsen, checked an ancient-looking tablet. They think Earth is just a ball of water and rock, he said. But they don't know the truth. Lyra looked up. They're about to find out. Halvorsen nodded. The vault is watching. And it remembers. Back in space, strange things began to happen. One of the Varaxian ships, the Bloodclaw, suddenly changed course. Its pilot swore he didn't touch the controls. It's like something is pulling us, he said. On another ship, lights started to flicker. The crew saw strange images on their screens. Human faces, burning cities, an old man crying in the rain. A Varaxian soldier screamed and fell to the floor. Who are these people in my mind? He shouted. Why do I feel sadness? The medical team rushed to him, but his brain scan showed something terrifying. He was remembering things that never happened to him. Inside the Vengeance, Zorthel was furious. Why are my ships acting strange? Why are my soldiers seeing human memories? The ship's AI gave a strange answer. We are not alone. What do you mean? The planet is watching us. Zorthel froze. What? The planet is not just a planet. It sees. It listens. It remembers. The memories are alive. In the Dawnfire vault, Lyra opened a secure door. Behind it was a large glass room. Inside floated a silver cube, humming with quiet energy. This was the core of the MindNet system, Earth's hidden defense. It didn't use weapons. It used something stronger: emotion, pain, memory, fear, hope, love. The cube didn't attack with lasers or bombs. It sent out waves of human memory into the minds of the invaders. It showed them what Earth had lived through. It showed them the truth of being human. Suddenly, the cube glowed bright blue. Halvorsen looked at the screen. They're getting too close. Lyra nodded. It's activating on its own. The vault's systems powered up. Deep underground, old machines began to move. Some were over 100 years old. Some, much older. The Varaxian scout ship tore through the dark of space. Its engines were hot. Its crew was scared. Captain Vekthar stood frozen, staring at the view screen. A blue planet floated ahead. Beautiful, calm, quiet. Is that Earth? One of the pilots asked. His voice trembled. Captain Vekthar nodded slowly. Yes, he said. That's the one. For many years, the Varaxians had searched for intelligent life. They found many weak species, conquered them easily. But Earth was different. The ship had received a strange signal days ago. It was not a distress call. It was not a warning. It was music. Human music, soft and haunting, floating through space like a ghost. That song led them here. Now the scout ship hovered just outside Earth's orbit. No human ships in sight. No weapons locked on them. It looked safe. But something felt wrong. Inside the ship, the lights began to flicker. The air grew cold. One of the crew members, a tall Varaxian with glowing yellow eyes, dropped to his knees. Captain, I see something, he whispered. It's inside my head. What do you see? Vekthar demanded. A child, with black eyes. She is standing on the moon. She is smiling at me. The crew laughed nervously. He's hallucinating. Maybe the oxygen is low. But Captain Vekthar knew better. He had heard rumors, old stories, ships that came near Earth and vanished. Those ships never sent messages, never returned. It was said Earth kept secrets, deadly ones. Still, the Varaxian High Command didn't believe such things. They thought humans were weak, primitive apes with metal toys. They called them. Vekthar wasn't so sure. Suddenly, the control panel went black. Power failure, the engineer shouted. We've lost control. Alarms blared. The ship began to spin slowly. Outside, Earth seemed to grow larger. No, not grow, the pilot whispered. It's pulling us. The blue planet was quiet, but it was pulling the scout ship closer. Captain Vekthar tried to start the engines. Nothing worked. And then, time stopped. Literally, all crew members stood frozen in place, their eyes wide, their mouths open, not moving. But inside their minds, they screamed. Each Varaxian saw something different. One saw a burning forest where children cried for help. Another saw the sky falling, full of fire and ash. Vekthar saw his home planet, split into two by a giant human hand made of light. On Earth, in a hidden underground lab deep under the ice of Antarctica, a young woman watched the Varaxian ship on her screen. Her name was Captain Lyra Vaughn. She was human, but she was not part of the regular military. She belonged to a secret group called Project Dawnfire. Dawnfire was formed 50 years ago, after the first alien signal was detected. Earth knew someone out there was listening, so they built a plan, a silent one. Lyra tapped a button. The frozen image of the Varaxian ship rotated slowly. They're stuck, she said, caught in the mine net. An older man beside her, gray-haired and serious, nodded. It's working, he said. Just like the simulations, Earth's memory field has them trapped. Should we let them go? No, the man said. Not yet. Let them feel it. Back in orbit, the Varaxian crew began to wake up. Slowly, their bodies shook. Their minds were damaged. I saw myself die, the engineer whispered. I felt pain, another said, but it wasn't mine. Vekthar looked around. His crew was broken. These were elite soldiers, trained to fight any enemy. But they were crying. "How is this possible?" he asked. The AI voice of the ship crackled. "Captain, something is inside the ship." "What do you mean?" "I have detected foreign code. It is human, but it is old. Very old." "Where did it come from?" The AI paused. "From Earth's clouds." "What?" "From the shape of the clouds. Down on Earth, a storm began to form. But this storm was different. The clouds moved in patterns, circles, spirals, lines. They were forming something. A signal. A symbol. Old and powerful." Lyra's eyes widened. "The vault is reacting." The older man nodded. "It knows they're here." In space, the Varaxian ship tried to turn away from Earth, but it was too late. A blinding light filled the view screen. Not from a weapon, from the moon. The moon was glowing. No, not glowing. Blinking. It opened, like a giant eye. Captain Vekthar screamed. "What is this planet?" The AI began to shut down. One final message came through. "Do not approach Earth. It sleeps, but it remembers." Then the ship exploded, not from fire, but from silence. Every Varaxian on board felt something too strong, too deep. The memories of every war, every death, every betrayal on Earth, all rushed into their minds. Their hearts couldn't handle it. Their minds broke. And the ship vanished.